Nothing is free, nothing is safe. Magic is love, but also it's hate. It comes at a cost. You've found and you've lost. Magic is love, but also it's hate. And today, Jen and I are discussing the Shepherd Duet by Rachel Gillig, and we have a special guest, Jeni. Jeni, going to be so much fun with that today.
Yep. You can pronounce those names, so at least they're really simple for you because you totally mispronounced Rachel Gillig, just to let you know, as per usual. But you said Gilling. There's
Gillig.
Mistie.
Gillig.
Yeah. It's you don't. Why are you surprised?
I know I shouldn't be, right?
I know.
I don't know. Actually, Jen can attest. The last few books, I've named all the characters spot on for this season.
Yeah.
So it's been
real weird
for both of us. It has. Okay, so the Shepherd Duet. So synopsis: Elspeth Splendel, right? Elspeth
Spindle.
Elspeth. I'm just gonna call her Spindle. Then we have Raven, Amori, Elm, Jester. I don't know how to say Ioni's name. Ione.
Ione is her cousin.
Yeah, it's her cousin, and those are essentially the main characters.
Yeah, Jesper.
Jesper's his. Okay,
yeah.
Raven has two siblings. Emery
is
the king, right, or the prince, the next king in this world, this romantasy world. 500 years ago, the Shepherd King did a whole bunch of things to get magic cards to give his people magic instead of going to the spirit of the wood. And as the quote says, magic comes at a cost. And so as people use these magical providence cards, they have side effects. One of the things that the spirit of the wood did, because nobody comes to her to get powers no more, is that anybody who goes into the mists apparently gets an infection. You either die and succumb of the infection right away, or you survive the infection and you get magical powers. But again, if you use those powers, it comes at a cost, and you get what they call degeneration. You crumble.
Degradation. Oh my god.
That word.
Degradation.
That none of us can say. And
seriously, what the hell?
What are you doing to us, Mistie?
I'm rubbing off on you. I'm sorry.
Yes, so. Guys, I am I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm freaking out. I can't find my books. I have no idea where my books are.
Didn't you just read them?
No, I have them on my Kindle, but I have the physical copies, and they've just gotten up and walked away, I think.
That seems to happen with a lot of your books lately.
It does. Every single time I'm looking for a book, it's just gone, and I have no idea where it's at.
Do you think somebody's hiding them from you?
You have a book troll? I think it sounds like you have a book troll.
I am the book troll. So I don't know what is going on. Because I wanted them because they're the really pretty, the special edition ones, and I don't.
You can't find them because you want them.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of freaked out because I feel like I'm losing my mind. Why are my books okay? Obviously I don't have to have them. It's just bothering me because I don't know where they're at. They're just gone. That's so weird.
As soon as you get off the call,
okay. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. Okay. I'm sorry. Carry on.
You've listened to our podcast, so we go on tangents all the time. So when Splendel was under the age of 10, something happened. I don't remember what happened, but she caught the infection. She did not die, so that means that she had a power. I don't know if it's clear if it says if she knew what it was right away, but what we do know from the story is that her dad got a nightmare card. And when she touched the nightmare card, she absorbed the power, and then she got the nightmare creature into her. So think of like one body, two personalities happening, kind of. So
Correct.
we assume that her power is the nightmare creature, and then I guess as she gets older, she understands that when she touches Providence cards, she absorbs the magic, because she was like 9 or 10 when this first happened. So
Right.
her family keeps her infection hidden, because what you don't know, because I didn't tell you, is that the king, when people get infected, he tests them to see if they have any powers, and if not, then apparently he kills them regardless of age or gender.
Correct.
Because to him, somebody having powers is a threat to his ego. I don't know. It doesn't really say. And if it did, I didn't pay attention.
He's a
because
white man.
Probably. And so Splindle lives with this thing for 11 years. And this is kind of where I get upset. Then all of a sudden, she gets kind of like, her father sends her to live with her aunt and uncle. Her aunt is related to her via her mom. Her mom and her aunt were very close. Her mom passed away. What you don't know until like the second book, I think, is that her mom was also infected, and that's why she passed away. But her aunt has a very special relationship with her. She also has Ione and I think like 2 other kids. I can't remember their names. They're not important. They're not on the page quite a bit, or not at all. So she's lived with it for 11 years. She, I guess at the age of 22, is now kind of getting pulled back into society. And now she's like getting invited to these things, and her dad wants her to come to these things. And I don't know, they have castle parties and shit, and she mingles and does things. And then when she first has to go to her dad's house, she gets into an argument about something, I don't know. And then she leaves to go back to her, I don't know, she goes somewhere, and she's on the road, and she runs into 2 highwaymen, and she kicks their asses, and it's great. I just read this weekend, okay? I shouldn't more know, but those parts aren't important, okay?
Right.
So they're just, Jen's over here laughing at me. And what you later find out is that the 2 highwaymen are actually Raven and Elm. So at one of the parties, Splindle runs into Raven's brother, Emery, who is also under the infection, but with his power, his not degradation, degeneration, his melting, his mind's melting,
Melting.
essentially. And I mean, that's a good description. His mind is melting, and his power is that when he touches somebody, he can like read them and like tells prophets. And there's lots of rhymes in this series. And Raven saves her, but I guess something clicks. He knows who she is, but she doesn't know who he is because of him being the highwayman and trying to steal Providence cards. Long story short with that is Raven and his family are actually trying to complete the deck of Providence cards, because there is a prophecy or quest that if you complete all the cards and you share the blood of an infected, you can actually get rid of the infection and save people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's essentially what they've been trying to do for the last 500 years or so. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Splendor has the nightmare creature. What you learn throughout the book is that the nightmare creature is actually the first king, the Shepherd King for 500 years ago, who created the Providence card. He was betrayed by people close to him. His family was killed. He was killed. So because of that, and somehow his connection to the cards, I don't think it really says, he got pulled into one of the nightmare cards, part of his soul, his whole soul. I don't know. And so he had been stuck in that card until Splendor.
Every single time you say it, it's a different word.
I'm just gonna start picturing like this little yellow packet walking through.
Splendor. In a minute, it's going to be Spiffy, and then it's going to be, Spore, and it's like
Elspeth is just too hard to say.
It is. That is a hard one to say, but I mean,
Splendor,
like spindle, you know, like
spindle.
spindle.
There we go. Like a sewing machine, spindle. Okay, maybe that'll stick now.
Yes, think Sleeping Beauty, spindle.
I did think Sleeping Beauty the whole entire time. So the nightmare creature was stuck in the card. She touches it. The nightmare creature is in. Has been a voice in the back of her head. Can sometimes lend her power. Is essentially kind of like your conscious talking to you, but is actually a different being. So he is as things are happening at the castle and like she's running into Raven and like learning about them trying to collect the Providence cards, he's like slowly like telling her things. And I guess he has told her things her whole life, kind of like the history to kind of like prepare her for this moment. I don't know. It's really weird. But what you learn though is that as she talks to the nightmare creature, also known as the Shepherd King, also known as Taxus, is that every time she does that, that is essentially her her melting, right? Like that's her melting into the infection. And she doesn't know that until she uses it quite a more bit when she's with Raven, because they are trying to get all these Providence cards. So that means they're becoming highwaymen and like attacking people and going to people's houses and such and whatnot. The most important part that you need to know is that Splindle and Raven are a couple. That was the most important part of this whole thing as I was reading this book. So they do their thing.
Yeah,
they
you
collect.
were really concerned about that.
I was very concerned about that at the beginning, because if they weren't together, I was going to be upset, and I did not want to invest them getting together. Okay, I did not want to be like, oh, they're going to get together, and then that's not, because with like things that are not romantasy with fantasy, there's not always necessarily a love interest. So I just needed to know, because I was going to be upset if they didn't. I mean, I would have been okay if they weren't, but I just needed to know beforehand. Anywho.
Hey, did either one of you, whenever you first started reading it, did either one of you think that the love interest was going to be the nightmare that was in her head?
Yes.
Yes.
That is why I needed to know, because I do not do love triangles. No love triangles. I thought that would have been really cool if he would have manifested and then they got together. But that is not what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 500 years older than her, so it's fine.
I mean, people like vampires.
That's no big deal in Fae
no
world.
Big deal. Exactly. It's like 5 years, right?
Oh my gosh. You two are not allowed to gang up on me, okay? I love that you're getting along, but no ganging up on me, okay? Putting that out there. Anywho, what she learns is that there are apparently a lot of children who have been infected and then have grown up with the infection. They have either hid it, or again, she learns that the king actually keeps people very close to him who has powers that help him rule in fear and to get what he wants. So the king has a special doctor or a person that's a physician that can actually, his gift is that he can tell if people are infected. So Raven is infected. His younger brother is infected. Can't remember if Hoth is infected. He's not infected. He's just an arrogant asshole.
No. Yeah, he's infected with being a dick.
Yeah.
For sure.
So as she learns this and starts to trust Raven, she realizes that he needs to know the whole story. So she tells him everything, and this kind of helps. I mean, they've kind of already started a budding relationship, but that really helps them be closer. So Raven is extra now motivated to get rid of the infection, because not only does his brother have the infection, but the woman that he's fallen in love with has the infection, and so does he, and so he needs to get rid of it. So there's lots of moving parts with the cards. There's 12 cards: the maiden, the white eagle, the black horse, the nightmare, the twin elders, the well, the iron gate, and the sky.
An iron eagle. Isn't there like an iron eagle in there somewhere?
I said white eagle. There's white an eagle.
It probably is white. It's white. I think it's white. I don't know why I thought iron.
I'm
just making shit up. Sorry.
No, it's okay. And the chalice. And there might be more. I can't remember. So you have to have a complete deck. So that's what they've been doing. When they finally get the complete deck, before they get the complete deck, Splendid, the main female character, okay, uses her power with the nightmare one more time, and then she knows that if she does it one more time, that she is going to lose herself and that the nightmare creature is going to take over. And that's what happens. So Hoth figures out who the main female character is, and with the betrayal of her uncle, capture her. She kills the physician that the king has, damages Hoth almost to death, like rips through his spine, and she gets taken. So, and then essentially that's how the end of book 1. So pretty much everything I said was in book 1. Book 2 starts.
I mean, hold on, wait. Did you say that she gets taken? Is that what you said?
Yeah, at the
What did you
end they
say?
capture her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hoth, and they capture her, and then she's essentially their prisoner until she like rips through him. And then the guards, the Desteries or whatever, the King's guards show up. So in book 2, what happens in book 2? I don't know. Book 2 is a lot more running around. Book 2 is they have the complete deck. Book 2 is the monster creature has taken over, the nightmare creature. He makes a deal with the king. I'll get you the Twin Elders card because that's the only card that nobody's been able to find in 500 years. And that's because the Shepherd King knows where it at and hit it. We get more history of the nightmare creature, the shadow, or the Shepherd King, and what he did to get the cards, all his sacrifices, because again, magic comes at a cost. And the downfall of him going from a family man and a king man to the cards are most important because he thinks that the cards are going to protect his people, not realizing that it's having an effect on him as well. So we learn all that history. We take a trip through the woods. We find the spirit of the wood. We make the deal. And what you learn is that Raven is actually a descendant of Taxus, that he's a descendant of the Shepherd King. So one of the Shepherd King's sons, Bennett, was able to escape, and he was not killed by his uncle because the uncle is the main betrayer. And he ends up living a life and getting married and have kids. And so this is kind of why the nightmare creature has been fond of Raven, and I guess okay with him getting with the main female character. So he makes a deal with the spirit of the wood. He wins the deal because Fae are tricky when they do deals. They have to get back. Hoth survived. Barters. Thank you. Hoth survives the attack from Spindle because he learns that the maiden card doesn't just make people beautiful, it actually heals you, because he tried to kill his fiance Ione, or whatever her name is.
Ione, yeah.
And so he's healed. He doesn't want the deck completed because he likes to rule in fear. He kills his father, holds Elm prisoner for like a month and tortures him because that's his younger brother. And there's a big battle. He has Elm and Ione complete the deck and do the blood because they make Hoth infected. Elm becomes the new king because he is a mix of the kings that have been for the last 500 years, but also the old king, since he was essentially adopted by Raven's family. And Raven and Spindle do not take the cure, so they get the cure. It's a card. Anybody who touches the card gets cured. Elm owns it. They decide not to do it, one, because if Spindle touches it, her power is to absorb it. She will absorb it, and then nobody else will be able to be cured after her. And I guess I don't really remember why Raven keeps
and
his
he
gifts.
said, I think he said that it wouldn't cure her anyways, that there's only one way
cure her.
to cure her, and that was to destroy the nightmare card.
Yes. So thank you, Jeni. So one thing that we learn is that one of Raven's powers, which he didn't know, is that he has the power to destroy the cards. The cards have never been able to be destroyed before, but because he is a descendant of the creator, the creator line can destroy them. And so he has to essentially tear the nightmare card to remove the nightmare from her. And that allows him to move on. Oh, I totally would have missed that. And then Elm and Ione get married, and that's the end.
Yay!
That was pretty high
I guess
level. There's lots of other storylines happening.
Yeah, there's lots of other stuff, but they're not. I guess what I don't understand is why didn't Raven heal himself? Because if he was able to cure Elspeth by getting rid of the nightmare card, so is she not? She's healed now. Is she still infected?
That's a good question.
I think she's still infected, but she just got rid of the nightmare from her brain, right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Yes, she's still infected. So if she touches any Providence card, she absorbs their power.
She'll just absorb it. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. And so that was something that I kind of struggled with a little bit as well. But I guess the reason why is also because the cards don't work on Raven either. So
Well,
I
they
think the
do for a
cards,
while, but then they lose their ability after. Like, I think he
right?
said like every year he loses another card or something. Like a card
Except
stops working for
for
him.
except
The
for
mirror, the
the
mirror,
mirror, the
and
nightmare
the
card,
nightmare. I think
and
those
then
were
I
the
think there
only
was a
two.
third one. I thought there were 3.
Mirror, nightmare. I think
Maybe
it
it's
was
just
just the
those 2.
mirror and the nightmare.
Yeah, so those are the only 2 that he doesn't lose the power from. And yeah, so I didn't really know what he was infected and what his power was to begin with.
I think his power was that the cards don't work on him.
Is that a power or
They
a
don't affect.
curse? Oh, I guess it's
No,
a
they don't
power.
work on him, like, because so people can't like compel him to do anything. They can't,
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay. So that is essentially, I will say, for this series, the magic was incredible.
Oh yeah.
The thing that pissed me off, and this was, I asked Jen, I asked Jeni, and I think I asked somebody else. I had 2 questions, like between like chapters 5 and 10. One, did Raven and Elspeth get together? Okay, because I wasn't going to invest in them as a couple if they didn't. And 2, this chick has held this secret for 11 years. And then she just willingly walks into a room and starts telling people her business under no card or magic whatsoever. And I was like, I was irritated.
I guess I don't remember that happening. I don't remember why she told them. Like, I don't remember where that happened. It's been 2 years since I read this book. So
like, Raven is like, I don't even remember how he gets her into the room or whatever. And then Elm shows up, Jester shows up, Felix shows up, and then they start asking her questions, and then she just starts telling them, and I'm just like, how do we know we trust all
well,
these
I know
people?
she has to. Well, she has to tell some people because that's where they were playing the Chalice game, right? Where they,
No, this
and
is way
she
before that. That's a different time.
Oh.
No, this is at the very beginning. My book's across the room. It's at the
Like
very
in the first,
beginning.
like in the first few chapters?
Somewhere between chapters 5 and 15, she goes into the room with the dogs and they start asking her questions and she just starts fucking telling them her business. Later on, they use the scythe to get her
The Chalice.
No. They use
Or the
scythe first
to compel her to
to be honest, and that's when she learns that it doesn't work on her, that she can lie. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing later on when Hoth does his thing, he does the chalice and they play the game. That was the thing that really irritated me the most. Jen, was there anything that you didn't like that you remember?
I remember I'm having a really hard time, like, and I remember loving the books, and I think I read them in a weekend. And I know they were really quick reads for me too. I don't remember anything annoying me. I hated Hoth.
Well, yeah.
I think the only thing that annoyed me is like when Elspeth and Ione were on like the outs. Other than that, I don't remember anything really bothering me. I really liked like how fast paced it was. The magic system was really unique, and I mean, it's like I said in our like when we were talking about about it the last episode. It's so uniquely done for this genre, and I mean that's just one of the things that I absolutely loved about it is it was well done, but it stands completely on its own in a genre that's curated with the same themes over and over and over again. This nothing that we'd seen before, at least not that I'd seen before.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. I liked that there wasn't any definitive love interest off the bat. Like I was like Jeni. I was like, is she gonna end up with the nightmare? Like that'll be interesting.
That would be really interesting.
So I really enjoyed it. I thought everything developed really. I don't know. I just thought it was really, really well done. It didn't ever feel like something came out of left field. Like everything made sense,
Hmm.
which I think is really important because, like, there's one book in particular that I'm just like, how did we get here? But with these, like I at least in my opinion, I think you learn as you go, so that by the end everything makes sense, everything ties really nicely. Is dead, which is huge bonus,
Hmm.
and everyone gets to live happily ever after.
That is
Like
true.
I
What
don't,
about you,
nothing
Jenny?
really bothered me. No, nothing really. Like I loved these books. Like when I read them, like I tore through them, and it didn't. Yeah, I mean, then again, I'm kind of like, yeah, pretty generous with my stars, like if it's like if it's a good time, I'm like, yeah, sweet, that's 4.5, 5 stars, whatever. Like it doesn't. I- But I think that it was especially good considering it was a debut novel, right? This was her debut, and then Two Twisted Crowns was the sophomore, and I just think that it was really well done. Like I'm not a big fan necessarily of books that have just nothing but smut in them. Like I'm cool if there's not any spice or whatever. Like I just want like a good story. And I just was really impressed with the magic system in this. Like I want like a set of these cards just to keep in my house because I think they're so cool.
Yes.
And so, as a matter of fact, I think I'll just buy some because I'm pretty sure that they're available online somewhere. So, but I want them to
Really?
work.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice?
that would be very nice if they
Yeah, but would
worked.
you be willing to pay the cost?
exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, I'm trying to decide, like, what because yeah, they
What
all have
was
something negative that come with them.
did the
Mm.
chalice have something negative?
The chalice you couldn't use for longer. Well, like if you
Like it was
lied,
like
I
less
think
than 10
I know
minutes.
that. Yeah, you could only use it for a certain amount of time, or else I don't know, something awful happened. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, something bad obviously was going to happen. And then also, like, whenever while you're using it, that you couldn't lie, or else, like, if you did lie, I guess something bad happened. I don't
You
know,
got really sick.
but yeah, something like that.
I think what I really liked about the cards is that you don't have the worst consequence right off the bat. Like you
Mhm.
have to continuously choose that whatever benefit the card is giving you is greater than the cost, the consequence. And I find that fascinating
Yes.
to like really look at, and like people are losing themselves, but they don't see it until it's too late in a
Mhm.
lot of instances.
So the main cards that are being used is the scythe, which is compulsion. You can compel somebody to do whatever you
Hmm.
want. And the side effect is excruciating pain in the
Pain. Hmm.
mind. The the chalice is the truth one. The maiden, what they thought for the last 500 years was that it just made you really pretty, so a lot of females used it. But what you learn in this series, in at least the second book, I think, is that the maiden also heals you, like even from a death a death blow. But the consequence of that one is you lose all emotion and you just don't care.
Yeah,
You're
you don't
very
feel
indifferent and
anything. Yeah,
cold. Yeah. The
I think that one is very sad to me. I feel like that one
yeah.
is almost the
To
Hmm.
be
saddest one.
beautiful, you can't feel.
Hmm.
The nightmare card, I don't remember what the nightmare card allows you to enter somebody's mind and then you can mind
Mind,
speak to
yes.
them. And then I don't the consequence of that, at least from Raven's perspective, is that you know how everybody has a good side and a bad side. So I guess in Raven's mind, his bad side, his dark side, has a voice now and will tell him all the horrible things. He's like, I'm falling in love with Raven. His voice be like, she doesn't love you, to like telling you all the negative thoughts in the back of your mind. The mirror card is a twofer. The mirror card allows you to go invisible, but the mirror card also allows you to see beyond the veil the longer you use it. So its main purpose is to make you invisible, but like Jen was saying, the longer you use it, it splits the veil and then you can see the dead essentially or speak to the
Hmm.
spirits. And I don't think we know. I don't know what the Twin Elders card does because that's been hidden. So I don't think nobody knows that.
The twin elders, it gives you the power to talk with the spirit of the wood, So it grants you the power to be able to essentially talk to God.
Okay, that's good. The eagle one, is that to give you sight?
The eagle is, I think it's bravery. I
okay.
Say.
And then the iron gate, I'm assuming that's strength, but I don't know.
The
I don't know
iron
if it tells
gate.
you what the other ones
the
are.
iron. Yeah, it does. The iron gate. The iron gate. It gives you serenity. Like you could just be calm.
Here we go.
No matter what. And then, but it also steals years from your life using the iron gate.
So I found this quote. So the black horse made its beholder a master of combat. The golden egg granted great wealth. The prophet offered glimpses of the future. The white eagle bestowed courage. The maiden bequeathed great beauty. The chalice turned liquid into truth serum. The well gave clear sight to recognize one's enemies. The iron gate offered blissful serenity no matter the struggle. The scythe gave its beholder the power to control others. The mirror granted invisibility. The nightmare allowed its user to speak into the minds of others, and the twin elders had the power to commune with Blunder's ancient entity, the spirit of the wood. Okay. Yay. But yeah, the main ones, I forgot about the black horse. The
black horse
Kingsmen
and
use that.
Yeah, to be able to be skilled at combat, but it makes, I guess it takes your strength. It makes you weak too. Whenever you're not using it, you become weaker.
I didn't catch that.
And then the golden egg, which granted wealth, that makes you greedy, all-consuming greed.
Okay.
The white eagle's courage was replaced by fear. Prophet's foresight makes the user helpless to change the future, which, I mean,
that makes sense.
Isn't that kind of a given, though?
Yeah.
And then the truth serum, the chalice's truth serum turns into poison.
Oh, the longer you use it. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't catch some of that. So, yeah. I do agree with you guys. Like, it was a very quick read. Like, I read both of them this weekend. I was listening to and reading them. I got through them very quickly. I agree. All of the stories converged. I feel like some of them weren't really necessary. Like, I think Elspeth's like stepmom and like half sisters, like that whole story about her like hating her and like her mom and all that. Like, I don't feel like that really drove the story at all. And her like being a bitch throughout the first book because she really is not in the second one. That was unnecessary to me. I don't know if that was a space filler or maybe she was going to do something in the second book and they decided not to do it, but
it must have been a space filler because both of these books are fairly short books.
Yeah.
Like they're not incredibly long, so maybe she's just trying to add pages or something.
Maybe. But yeah, I really loved Elm and I wish Emery was on the page a little bit more. I really liked his gift of if he touched them and then he added to the riddles. There are so many riddles. The nightmare creature does rhymes throughout her head the whole entire time through the book to a point where it almost got annoying at the end, especially because he was repeating himself of the girl and the king come together and the monster they became or whatever. And I'm like, if you say that one more motherfucking time, okay? I know.
Imagine how she felt.
Drinking game, right? Yeah. Should be a drinking game every time the nightmare creature says that stupid line. But yeah, I think the world was really great. It was definitely something new. I'm glad that you mentioned that this was her debut novel, Jenny, because I knew that in the back of my mind, but I didn't catch that for something like that to be so fabulous.
Super impressive.
Yes. And the crazy
I feel like
thing
it almost makes it.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that I almost feel like that makes it worse for her as an author. Like, to have her debut be this well done. Like, where are you going to go from here?
I don't know. Like, have you
guys... You need some tails under your belt first.
Well, I mean, and not to not focus on this book, but have either of you guys read Daggermouth by any chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay, same thing. Like, that one is just off the charts amazing debut novel, and yeah, I'm really scared for to see if it's going to just
Because that's going to be a series, right?
Daggermouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
See, that's why I haven't read it yet. Because I've heard it's amazing,
it
but
really is.
I'm afraid of it
Having to wait
tanking.
forever. Yeah.
So
And that, and that.
what I'm hearing is that there's an episode in our future of the three of us where we discuss a handful of novels where the first novel was great and then talk about.
Right.
I think we have that on our. Actually, that's not true. I think on our list of topics, Jen and I have a list of topics in case we need something. One of it is like when the first book is good, but the second book is better. I think we need to reverse that. Where the first book
Like
is good, and
reverse
the
it.
rest of the books are trash or
Right.
don't meet up to the hype. So I like
I
that.
think this one
Looking at you,
qualifies
serpent and dove.
in my heart. This one qualifies to as the first book was really good, but the second one was. But I like the second book better. Like I loved Two Twisted Crowns. I loved Elm and Ione's story, and I
Yeah.
just really I liked the nice little neat, tied up in a bow ending, and
Mhm.
I just love that story. I like Two Twisted Crowns better than the first one, but I love them both.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So that, well, listeners, you get a little bit of spoilage for a future episode. Back to kind of what you guys were saying about like the magic in the world. I think it was so fantastic because it was so simplistic. Like the cards are really great and like the power, but it's not like for most people who read fantasy, like, like they make the world big and then they try and make the magic bigger. And she didn't really need to do that. Like the cards and the magic and the consequences like really held its own in the series, and then kind of like throwing the spin with like the spirit of the wood and then the nightmare creature and these two ancient beings, and I'm saying ancient because he's 500 years old, having the knowledge to help the current generation was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
For something so simplistic, it was definitely have a lasting effect for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? The one thing I don't remember though, and maybe you can remind me because you read it more recently. What happened in with the original king? He made the cards. I know he gave his friend, one of the cards because he wanted him to help, keep, his citizens protected or whatever. And then what happened? Did he kill him, or did he just double cross him, and took his crown? I don't remember what happened there.
One of the sub stories that I didn't talk about in the synopsis for the Shepherd King is that as they're taking their trek through the woods, you have to go through 3 quests. You have to complete like 3 quests, so to speak. The third quest, though, they cannot complete it unless somebody is under the influence of the mist at the very beginning, because what I didn't mention is those who come under the mist and they go into the woods, they're drawn to something and they're trying to get something, and what you don't realize until this point is that they're drawn to head to go to where the spirit of the wood is, because they are her children, I guess, so to speak, and so she takes them in. So the Shepherd King, he was going to go on a walk in the wood, and then his sister joins him, and he's like, no, you shouldn't come with me. And then she's like, well, I'm going with you anyways. And his sister was married to his second in command, Brutus, whatever his name, Brutus Rowan.
The Rowan, okay.
The Rowans. And so the Shepherd King's like, okay, fine, you can come with me, because the nightmare creature, when they're going on the trek in the woods, he's like, oh, how many people are coming with us? And he's like, ooh, good, we have extras. And what you don't realize is that you have to put them under the mist. You have to take their charm off. They have charms that protect them from the mists. So what the Shepherd King did is he used his sister as the focal point. He took her charm off to lead him to the spirit of the wood to get the Twin Elders card. And what he did is when he got to the point to where the tree started talking to him and he had to do something, he made it to the spirit of the wood. He got his card, and then he tried to carry his sister's body back, but he was too weak, and so he left her in the woods and then continued on because he thought it was more important to get the card to his people. than to carry his sister. And when Brutus found out that he left his wife, he's like, the cards have corrupted you. I must now kill you. But he was being a vindictive asshole and is like, well, I'm also going to kill all of your children too. Because if I have to suffer, you have to suffer. So he killed all of his children before he killed the Shepherd King. And after he killed the Shepherd King, I guess somehow they didn't realize that Bennett wasn't there, or he got away or something. And then you see Bennett. The story is later told that Bennett was there. He ripped the scythe card, because there's supposed to be 4 and there have only ever been 3 in use, is because Bennett rips it. And this is how Raven learns that he can tear the cards. He can destroy them as the descendant of the creator. And that is why the Shepherd King. But it was building up to that. Brutus was it, and it kind of talks about it a lot in the second book, that Brutus is like doing a lot of things behind the Shepherd King's back, by Tanix's back, because he really enjoys the power. He's using the scythe card on them just because, like, he's taking advantage, like it's corrupting him. And I think he just uses the death of his wife as an excuse to take over, because that's how he gets the other king's men on his side.
Okay. Yeah, I just couldn't remember. I couldn't remember how he ended up king. And
I don't remember. It doesn't talk about how he ends up king. I think it's just always been his line, because the reason why he's called the Shepherd King is because he has the power to talk to the trees and move the trees. It doesn't talk about his ascension. It just talks about his.
Yeah, no, him. I totally get why he was the king. I'm just I couldn't remember how the Rowans came into power.
That's
how I couldn't remember what happened there.
Brutus's line, I guess, his campaign line was, we need to reunite the deck once we have the book, so we can get rid of these, because look what it does to people. My wife has been killed by her own brother because the cards. And so that's the campaign that they use for the last 500 years. But as each king comes into power, it's hinted at, and I'm just making assumptions at this point, that the bloodline is essentially corrupted because they killed the creator of the cards, right? And so another side story in the second book that you learn, Hoth, as the older brother of the current king, obviously he's going to be king, and Elm is the second son of the king, is that Hoth tortured Elm quite a bit when they were younger by using the cards on him, which is why Raven essentially adopted him into the family. But what you learn in the second book is that his father is like, you think you're the only one that happened to? It's like, you have to be tortured. I knew what he was doing, because that's the only way that you can become king. And that was just no. But Hoth took it. He enjoyed inflicting the pain, not to become king, but just because he liked it. And that's why he killed his father and such and so forth. So that's why I say it hinted at the lines being corrupt, because they just tortured their whole line, their whole lives.
Another thing I wonder is why they changed. Why they switched the name from Taxus to you. I understand that Taxus is another name for you, but were they trying to hide or something?
Because Bennett was hiding, but he still wanted to somehow stay close to his family name, be like hidden in plain sight, so to speak, is what it's hinted at. That's why Bennett chose you.
Okay,
which I think is clever, using like names and stuff as wood and trees.
I know. I love that so much.
There's so much like foreshadowing in the book that you like don't realize it's foreshadowing until you've read it, or we're actually standing here, or all sitting here actually having the conversation.
Also, you don't realize how many things are actually trees, like things like names and stuff that you can't, encounter in real life and stuff. You're like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was a tree. Cool, man. Like that was neat though.
So I will say, at least Rowan was a last name in this series and not a first name. So that's good, right?
Well, she couldn't use Rowan because, that was already taken. Impossible. People would have rioted. They'd been like, what? This, and you can't compare that. Like, can you imagine trying to compare the two Rowans? Like, poor guy. Raven wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like Raven more than Rowan.
Really?
Oh, I 100% like Raven more than Rowan, but I'm a Rowan hater, so.
Yeah,
you're a Rowan hater. Whoa. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk.
I know.
I cannot believe that.
But yeah.
Jenny, I should also say, though, Jen likes ACOTAR more than Throne of Glass, so she's the opposite of this. Yeah. ACOTAR is...
again. I mean, don't get me. I love ACOTAR. Don't get me wrong, but more than Throne of. But again, I'm one of those people who's more interested in
The fantasy.
the fantasy story
Yeah.
rather than the romance part of it. And I know
Yeah.
ACOTAR more focuses on romance and all the good smutty stuff. But so I'm definitely I like Throne of Glass more. I mean, that
No, I
said,
agree. I think Throne of Glass has a better storyline, but I didn't relate to the characters in Throne of Glass like I related to the characters in
yeah, I totally could relate to being an illiterate dumbass who makes all kinds of stupid choices and has a bat boyfriend. Yeah, totally. I could see. Yeah. So much more relatable, right?
That was funny. Okay, is there anything else that we want to touch on with the Shepherd Duet before we go into reading?
Hey, who would be your characters to play them if it got like a series or a movie or something like that? Because I've got Raven. To me, he's Dev Patel to me, and I just really love Dev Patel so much, and I try to put him in every single book that I read, for real. He's cast in like at least 4 or 5 of the books that I've read. So
I honestly, I don't know if I actually pictured them, to be honest.
really,
Like as I'm thinking of it, I know Elspeth has like long black hair, and then I see
she's got
Raven
black hair.
in like a Robin Hood cloak. I
He's
don't see their
also dark.
faces. I don't see their faces.
Well, good. Just look up Dev Patel, and then you can just picture him from now on. Then that's him. That's gonna be him for sure.
But I would say though, I would not want a lot of famous people playing the main characters. Like, don't get first run actors, because I just think that would take away from the story. Get like new actors, or like, B class. Like, we don't want any A class actors. That would be my suggestion. I feel like they should do that a lot with a lot of the books they turn into movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ender's Game, like, I think they did really good with, like, Ashtor or whatever his name is playing, because he was, didn't really know, and then, like, having Harrison Ford and, like, Ben Kingsley as, like, secondary characters. Like, I think that's fine. But I think, like, for the main characters, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
So you think like the way Hunger Games was, then you didn't like Hunger Games because it had a ton of famous people in it, or what?
Well, no, I feel like the main characters didn't have, like, A-list actors at the time. Like, Josh Hutcherson wasn't really big. He was doing some small things. Liam Hemsworth, he was just sort of coming into acting, coming off of, like, the last song and stuff like that. So he wasn't really big. I think the same thing with, who the fuck plays Katniss? Don't tell me.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
She had, like, Winterbone and, like, stuff like that. But, like, this was, like, her big break of a series. True. So as the main characters, there wasn't, but the secondary characters like Woody Allen and Philip Seymour and like all the other people, I think that was great, because it's kind of like, yes, we have main listers to bring people in, but for the main characters, we're not going to have A-listers.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I personally prefer that, because I think having A-listers, one, it can change the pivot of the story, because they have more demands and then they want to change things. And of course, this is just inferences. I have no proof to back it up, but I've seen quite a few, and they've just been tarnished because of that. I just feel like.
So do you think that they're going to ruin Sunrise on the Reaping then?
I don't even know who's in
all the big names in it. Well, I mean, obviously the the regular people that were in the original, like Woody Allen and,
No, I think it's going to be fine, because they're not the main focal point.
Right. Yeah, you know what? I need to go back and look, because you're right. I think that the people who play like young Woody Allen, what's his face? I think that they're probably not. Woody Harrelson, yeah. Well, whatever his name is, it'll come to me in a second. in whenever he's young. But yeah, I don't remember who they cast for it, but I don't think it was like a huge name.
Yeah.
I do know
no.
that they've got Elle Fanning playing what's her face. I don't know why my brain's not working this morning. It's like I've never read any of these books at all ever.
It's because
Um,
it's 6 a.m. and you rebel against
yeah,
that.
I usually function this early in the morning at all. But like they've got Elle Fanning playing what's her face? Okay, I'm just gonna stop
Effie?
talking because Effie, yeah.
Okay.
She's playing her, and then there's some other big people.
Yeah, I think it'll be
I just don't
fine.
remember.
I think it'll be fine. I need to read those books. Okay. That was a good question,
Like
Jenny. I like that.
you haven't read
Oh,
any
sorry.
of them?
I've
Have
read
you
the
not
Hunger
read any of them?
Games. I haven't
Oh,
read
okay.
any
You
of the
just said
sequels.
I didn't. I skipped this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I don't give a shit about Snow. Like I hate him anyways. I don't care about his story, and I don't want him to be
Hey,
sympathetic to me at all.
I'm currently in my phase of I'm skipping shit that I don't want to read.
Good for you.
Yeah,
So
I've been doing
now I
that.
don't feel so bad for skipping Assassin's Blade.
Yeah, I didn't read Assassin's Blade at all. So I feel you on
You
that.
didn't?
I didn't. No, I've
Oh,
never
thank
read Assassin's
goodness.
Blade.
Oh
I
man,
don't think
people
it's
want to murder me
necessary.
every time I say that. I don't think it's necessary either. Like people get so angry with me whenever I was like,
Mhm.
I also skipped Frost and Starlight because fuck
I really
novellas.
like
I don't like
that.
them.
I know. Okay.
I didn't care
So,
about it.
ratings, darkness. I'm thinking a 1.
Oh really? I gave it a 2 skulls.
Oh yeah?
I said 2 because it wasn't like like happy.
They
2.
killed kids,
Yeah, but it's not on
babies.
page.
Mm. The killing of the Shepherd King's kids, I remember being too descriptive for my taste.
I don't even remember that being on page. It was just like we're gonna kill your kids, and then the next page the kids were dead. Okay, 2. 2
You
against
probably
1.
skipped
I will
over it.
give you that. I probably did. Okay, darkness 2, spicy a feather.
I gave it 2. A feather?
Really?
Wait, what is I don't know. There's no feather on this scale, Misty.
Okay,
What the hell am I
okay.
supposed to You just making shit up? Like am I supposed to like give it candy canes or something because I just did like oh that's fine. I'm just going to make up my own shit. You didn't give me feather as an option.
I'm so
But
sorry.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
I don't you
Okay,
expect me
so
just to know these things.
no, you're right. My apologies on this. So feather is something that we just started using last season, I think, or the season before, is where there's
You need to
essentially
update your emails.
I do essentially like no spice whatsoever. I don't consider kissing spice. I don't feel like
There's
it really goes
some
into
spice
detail.
and yeah, no, but that's what your 2 peppers is.
Okay.
Specifically, dark undertones, hitting at unspoken desires, unconventional relationships, physical intimacy is introduced, but the details are still relatively tame. That's 2 peppers, girl.
Okay, Jenny, just so you know, Jen and I never read the descriptions.
Why did you write them then? Like
for everybody else.
I feel like you set me up to make a fool of myself. You're
No,
like, here,
it's
study
nothing.
this shit, and then it's going to be all wrong. You just gave me
It's
all the wrong
nothing.
answers to the test.
It's the opposite. I am the fool. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm down with 2 pepper. I mean, because the one quote that we talked about at the beginning, it does have that, and then they do have one scene where they're together for the whole night.
Right.
And I think Elm and I Only Have Something in book 2.
Yeah.
They have a scene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They do. They've had a couple of scenes. So
2.
Yeah, it's 2.
Content.
You know me. I'm all willy-nilly with my 5 stars. Those are 5-star books for me. Like my overall rating, like obviously I devoured it and I couldn't put it down. So I know you're more judgy, Misty. Everything pisses you off. So what are you going to throw like a 2.5 stars at me?
4.5. No.
Oh, that's
I mean, because
relatively high.
the content is about the writing and the story and the plot, and I feel like everything was really great. Like we talked about, the magic system was really good. I really liked the characters, although I don't feel like there was a lot of character development, which is what's kind of holding me back. I think Elm had the most character development, to be honest, and he's a secondary character, so that's why I'm
Well,
thinking
not
like
in the
4,
second
four
book,
and a
though.
half. I still
Second
think
book, he's
a
main
secondary
character.
I don't know.
Why? The whole story, the whole book is about Elm. Like literally, it's his story. Like on it, like Raven has it. Like Elspeth is like almost non-existent. You just hear little
That is
bits and
true.
pieces of her, and then Raven has gone off on a journey to go find the cards, right, so he can get her back. But I feel like the second book is more Elm and Ione's story than anyone else.
That's a fair point.
I mean, hell, they
didn't
ended
even-
the book with them getting married.
Yeah, I know.
So
Okay. I hear you.
I'm such an asshole, right? I'm
No,
like,
no,
I'm like,
you're not
no,
an
you're gonna
asshole.
see it my way.
No, you're making
My way.
valid points. I can contest,
I know everything.
concede to valid points. I guess in my head, I just assumed that Raven and Elspeth were the main characters because
Yeah.
that's what we started out with book 1, and they are essentially carrying the story, even though they're not main in the second book. So I'm still gonna see. That's confusing to me now. I don't think that helped your case because that now we.
I mean, well, because they have that underlying plot, like the plot line that goes across the whole thing, but they are still relegated to like secondary characters in the second book, even though they're still working toward that main thing. It's just kind of, it's almost like it's happening off page to some extent, you know, like. So I don't know. I just feel like the second book was Elm's book. And
I love Elm. I really liked him a lot.
I do. I really do too. So
I think I'm gonna go with the 4.5. Jen.
That's a good rating.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, it was a 5 but I'm with Jeni. Like I'm pretty willy-nilly with my 5 stars. Like I remember devouring it. I'm still thinking about the story 2 years later. It's totally a 5.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Okay. So overall, your guys' are 5s. Surprise! Everyone's shocked by that. I think I'm gonna. So the ratings for it doesn't fit a 5 for me. I would give it a 4. If we're thinking of the rating, like there was nothing that surprised me. I wasn't shocked by anything. It was just a really great story. The characters, I felt annoyed at some points, like with the rhyming, like we talked about, and like her just blasting her information at the very beginning to fucking strangers. But that was so far in the beginning of the story, it didn't really taint the rest of it as I continued reading it, because then I grew to like the characters that she told all her business to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 4.
Okay. That's okay. I don't hate you or anything because we only gave it 4 stars. It's fine.
That's okay.
I mean, I guess it's fine.
As long as we can still be friends, you can hate me all you want.
Yes. Yeah, okay. That's all right. I mean, I still like Jen and she doesn't like Rowan, so it's
I love it.
We can all live together.
Yes.
On this happy planet.
I like it. Ready to close this out, Jen?
Yeah. Final thing else you want to share?
Let's find that deck of cards, or let's make our own.
I know. I mean,
you would want to make our own.
I do.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
like they've got some pretty cool ones on Etsy. Of course, they've got everything on Etsy.
Yeah,
you can buy serial killer knives on Etsy, according to Butcher and Blackbird. So,
oh my gosh,
yeah, get everything there. Missy's like, don't talk to me about that book. I hate it.
Okay, we're good. It's all you, Jen.
Okay. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Bones of the Story. Let us know, have you read the Shepherd King Duet by Rachel Gillig? And we will see you next time.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jen,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.